guys, today's video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. If you haven't done it already, head down to the description before this video starts, click the link and download it completely free of charge on iOS or Android. How's it going once again, everybody? It's your boy Skinny Penis and we are on transfer deadline day. It's all going to get very, very intense at the beginning of this episode as we only have 10 little tickers to tick down the rest of transfer deadline day here, and we want to get maybe 2 more players in the door. Now, I did see your suggestions from last time. I'm not going to put any little screen grabs, but to cut a long story short, a lot of you people agreed with the guy who suggested Zinchenko would be a great signing. Now, I thought about this very long and very hard, and I'm not sure that Zinchenko is going to be the best signing that we can get with our money. So we've got Earl, right? Earl is a left back who's 21 years old. He's 71 rated. He's going to be our left back going forward. He's probably going to get up towards the 80s by the time he's in his prime, right? We've also got Lewis Page, 23 and 69 rated. So he's more or less our backup left back. And he's actually, I prefer playing with Page usually when I'm actually playing the games than Earl. But they're 2 solid left backs that we've got. Also, obviously, it doesn't say so on the game, but Chris Solly can play there if we need him to. So it's right back more really out of the 2 wing back or full back positions, sorry, that we would need strengthening. However, we have got Deek still, the boy Deek still, who can play in midfield and right back, and we've also got Reece Oxford, who's pretty much a B-Tech Deek still at this point, who we've just signed as well. So again, just not areas I think I need strengthening. However, centre-back, as I mentioned before, we have signed Oxford, we have got players like Naby Sarr, but Webber and Pearce are going to be leaving the club very soon. Due to the, well, not necessarily leaving the club, but they won't be used as much very soon because they're both quite old. 32 for Pearce, and I think 32 as well for Webber, and they're just not going to get any better than that. Once we're up in the Premier League, hopefully, we are going to be needing better players like your Mavropanoses. And with Mavropanos, I always say his name differently every single time I say it, but he is a lone player right now who I would love to get permanently, so I've already sort of explored that idea. I think also we're lacking a striker. Suzuki's been good. You know, not brilliant, but he's been good. And Iheanacho has been, you know, he's just been our new signing and he's been pretty good in the 2 games we've played with him so far. Lyle Taylor is obviously not going to get any better than a 67, and obviously Grant we are looking to sell. Now, Suzuki, he's been good lately. He's been good lately, but he also does miss a few chances here and there. So I think I just need like a youth protege in the striking department. Anyway, with that little segment being said, we're going to have a look on the transfer hub at any players we might be able to get a deal done for. So right here, I'm going to organise this by position, and we're going to go all the way from goalkeeper, which I don't think we need. We've still got Dylan Phillips on the transfer on the shortlist, by the way, the transfer hub. I don't think we need a goalkeeper. I don't think we need a right back, although a player like this, Joel Anderson, if you look over under his name, you can see that he plays literally any of the fullback or wingback positions, which would be very, very nice. He's also got a 4-star weak foot. So he'd be a nice squad player to get involved just to really strengthen out those wingback positions. I'm sure there's going to be players that you lot are screaming at me to get as I go through these on the screen now, and I do apologise if I disappoint anybody by not getting the player that you want me to get. There are so many good options here, but okay, I spoke about a striker, didn't I? So let's go down. We've got Sturridge coming in, don't forget, in the summer. So once we either find out if we're up to the Premier League or not, for a young striker, here are my options: Griffiths, Obafemi, Brewster, who we do actually have, we know exactly what his rating would be, so we know what we're getting there, sort of thing. Hudson-Odoi, he's more of a winger, but certainly he's versatile and a forward, if you want to call him that. So, yeah, there's so many players here that, okay, let me just think about this. I'm going to stop waffling, and I will make a decision of who I'm going to go for first. So, after a little bit of deliberation, I think Rhian Brewster, at the age of 19 and at the rating of 67, is not a bad player to go for as a backup and future prospect of a striker. 1.7 million, so not a lot of money at all. I think we're going to go for him. Don't forget as well, Carlton Grant's still in the squad. We're hopefully going to get about 7 or 8, maybe 9 million for him. But I don't want to keep, you know, bargaining with these clubs and they eventually don't want to buy him. So let's just offer a transfer fee straight up. We'll go for his market value of 1.7. And we'll submit that to Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp, the boy, actually accepts it straight away and wants 2% of the sell-on clause. Let's just remove that because that's pretty much pointless. That is absolutely pointless. 1.85 million without the 2%. Okay, maybe we could add on. Maybe we could add on a 1% selling clause. Is that a thing? We can add a 1% sell-on clause. All right. 1.7 with a 1% sell-on clause. That's a fair offer, and we have secured the sign-in once we negotiate his contract, his individual contract, of Rhian Brewster, the young lad from Merseyside. Let's negotiate his contract and see if we can get him in. So another successful signing. Rhian Brewster has joined us on a weekly wage of £15,000. Decent for him. He only wants to be a sporadic player, so we have no real playing demands to actually get him on the pitch. But of course, if and when he gets of a certain quality and a certain ilk, we will use him, and we'll obviously train him up as well, and I'm sure his rating will naturally grow. He's also on a 3-year contract, so that is the first player in the squad. Now, I think what I'm going to do next is progress through a couple of hours, and hopefully some bids will come in for the boy Karlan Grant, so we have a little bit more money to play with before we actually make any next movements. And straight away, SC Braga come in with a £7.5 million bid for your boy Karlan Grant. Let's see what we can do. Oh my god, they won't even go to 7.7. I need to stop messing about and trying to get just like 200 grand more than I'm gonna eventually get for him. So we've just wasted, thanks to my stupidity there, we've just wasted time. Hopefully another bid will come in for him. No. A retracted bid for Forster Kaski. We need some more bids to come in for the boy Karlan Grant. Okay, only 5 hours left of deadline day, and Kenneth Yao has gone to Cracovia for 6 months, so he'll be back in the summer as well. 4 hours left. Come on, there needs to be something for Grant. There needs to be something for Grant. Nothing for Grant, but a £10.7 million bid for Diego Lainez comes in. It's not even worth going to the transfer. Well, I suppose we'll just reject it. We don't want to sell him. No way. He's 19 and 76 rated. He's going to be a world-class player. Oh no, 3 hours left. Surely something's got to come in for the boy Karlan Grant before it's too late. Oh, and with 1 hour left, literally, FC Porto come in with a £7.5 million bid for Karlan Grant. I'm just going to straight up accept the offer, and hopefully now, I don't think he's going to actually leave the club in time, but hopefully he'll be able to have his future set in stone to go to FC Porto. But we may be able to use him for the rest of the season. It's not what I planned, but it was my fault for being too greedy. By the way, we also got a £10.7 million bid for Diego Lainez from Galatasaray, which we had to outright reject. They already, I think it was them, or maybe it wasn't them, but somebody nabbed Tariq Fosu off us. You're not taking my Lainez. You're not taking him. Not today. And boys and girls, look who we managed to get in. With 1 hour left to go of the transfer window being open, Ben Woodburn, the CAM/left winger / striker, 20 years old and Welsh, comes into the club. 71 rated. He's probably going to get straight in that team for me. Certainly I'm going to be more inclined to play him over Diaz, who, although he's 75 rated, he is a lone player. So, very, very good signing, and I think that is going to have to be it. Now, we probably are lacking a centre-back. I'm not going to lie. I've got the loan signing of Mavropanos until the end of the season, but I do believe that we do need to invest in a permanent centre-back, but we will wait for the next transfer window to do it. So, without further ado, let's get rid of this last hour of transfer deadline day. Apparently, Karlan Grant's transfer talks have broken down, so he's just going to be in the squad. We'll only use him as a sort of last resort. So no matter the fact that I actually accepted the bid and got the bid over the line, he actually couldn't agree a contract. We get a final scout report conveniently, literally the day after we need them all, on all of these players. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for the transfer segment, and we are going to get into a couple of matches now for this episode with our new and improved squad. So I have been thinking, and I want you guys right now to go over to the top right-hand side of your screen and actually vote for me on whether you want me to continue using Grant until the end of the season. I failed to get a deal for him done because I wanted too much money for him. Obviously, he's not a real-life Charlton player. Yes or no, should I continue using Karlan Grant in the remaining 6 months of his tenure here at Charlton before I inevitably sell him on? By the way, some upgrades to report. So Brewster's gone up, Woodburn's gone up as the month has turned. A lot of other players have gone up naturally. Bauer's even gone up. Zhu has gone up. Oxford has gone up. Lots of players have improved their rating. I think Lanez as well, naturally. Coop Miners, Aribo, lots and lots of players have gone up. It's all good fun. De Boer also. I don't think I've left anyone out there, actually. But now we have a game against Norwich City. Let's see where they are in the table, and then we'll make a decision on whether we will play them or whether we will sim the game against them. So Norwich, where are you? Where art thy Norwich? 18th, so way off what they are positioned at in real life, which I believe is top of the table, or if not, definitely in the top 2 or 3. So okay, I think we can sim this. So look at this squad right now. It looks like, if you ask me, a pretty much like a low to mid-table Premier League squad. Maybe other than the defence slightly. Probably need a couple more ratings across that defence. But certainly the midfield, the wingers, the attackers, all pretty much low Premier League quality, which is a great place for us to be right now, and that gives me confidence to go into this Norwich game at the Valley and simulate it. So here we go. We are going into this game against Norwich full of confidence with a new and improved squad. Lots of players in there. Woodburn on the bench, for example. Iheanacho scores the number 33 to put us 1-0 up. That is good stuff in the 21st minute from the boy Ian the Nacho Kelechi. He's doing bits for us. I think that's actually his debut goal for us. A shame we couldn't actually experience that with him, but in the sim, it's just as good. Suzuki's come on. Still 1-0. Suzuki actually grabs a goal, so 2 strikers in form right now. And actually, that reminds me of something. So we take the 2-0 win, by the way, there at the Valley against Norwich. Great stuff. Now, if we actually pay attention a little bit to an award system that we have been doing throughout pretty much this whole career mode series, we have got to do the player of the month. So we haven't been brilliant in the month of January, but I think where we have been good, it has been epitomised by the performances of our striker Yuma Suzuki. I think his game against Millwall and what he did against Millwall in the Cup really solidifies him winning this award today. The only other person that was maybe threatening it was Diego Lanez, but I am going to give it to Yuma Suzuki. So here we go. Yuma Suzuki, the 23-year-old Japanese striker, is going to be the player of the month for January. So next up, we get to go to, I believe it's called the Medeski Stadium. I'm sure the Reading Stadium is called the Medeski Stadium. If it's not, someone correct me in the comments, but I think it's the Medeski Stadium, so we're going to go with that for now. And we are going to play Reading away from home. And actually, before I forget, because I always forget, let's check where those are, or where those boys are in the league. So where are you, Reading? 14th place, 40 points, so they are quite a way behind Charlton at the moment, but certainly they are no mugs. So we have to be on our A game. We've been getting a lot of draws and even 1 or 2 losses lately, and I think we're going to go with the red kit and the blue kit. Nice. Okay, let's go. So this is how Reading line up. Don't recognise too many of those names. Thiago Ilori, Gunter. Actually, I do. I lied. Callum Harriott, Swift on the bench. Can't believe he's on the bench. He's a good young England prospect, I believe. Bodvarsson up front. Do I know any of those players other than the ones I mentioned? Obita at the left back as well, and I think I knew 1 or 2 more of the guys on the bench as well. Fairly good squad actually, but let's turn our attention to Charlton because we need to play to our own strengths here. So here we go, we've got the classic lineup. De Boer in goal. Chris Solly has the armband today at right back as Deke still is injured. We've got Juan Foyt and Patrick Bauer making his full return from injury at centre back. Solly and at left back and right back. Coop Miners, Lanez and Aribo in the middle, with Iheanacho, Stengs and Woodburn making his debut on the left wing as well. And that is our front 3. So let's go. Uh-oh, they've caught us out straight away. Here come Reading. It's Kelly on the ball. Puts a cross in. Callum Harriott gets across the defender miraculously, but puts his header over the bar. Threatening signs early on. Callum Harriott, 50p head. Woodburn with a beautiful pass. And Lanez with another beautiful pass. Iheanacho's got to score. And he's put it wide. Unbelievable. I wanted him to take that with his right foot, but it seems that he naturally wanted to go with his left foot there and he put it way too wide. Chris Solly picked this up. Does well. Stengs to Coop Miners and through the middle. Iheanacho in the box. Turn and shoot. Get your shot away, Iheanacho. Come on. Oh, that's a good save from Manone in the end. Win that header. Well done, Joe Aribo. Let's go. Come on, Joe Aribo. Keep running. I need to give the ball back to you in a second. There it is. There's the other pass. It's got to be a goal from Calvin Stengs. And it is a goal from Calvin Stengs. Assisted wonderfully by Joe Aribo. And that was a lovely sort of upper echelons finesse finish from a difficult angle from around the keeper there. Let's have a look at this again. So little knock inside. Wonderful pass over there to the right hand side, and Stengs just wraps his foot around this after taking the touch and beats the defender and the goalkeeper to put Charlton 1-0 up. Here come Reading. It's Giacomakis and Harriott. and a beat down the left. Back into Kelly. Nice little football, and Bauer gets it away. That's why we've got Patrick Bauer back in the mix. And here's Lanez looking to release Iheanacho, and perfectly does so. Straight down the middle. Eye of a needle stuff. Iheanacho scores his goal. It wasn't quite how I wanted him to take it, but it doesn't matter if it ends up in the back of the net. And there he is with a motorbike celebration. Kelechi Iheanacho, his second goal for Charlton, and his first goal that I've personally been controlling him with. Look at that. Beautiful pass down the middle from Lanez, and I'm really starting to enjoy him down the middle as opposed to on the right where he was last season for us, Lanez. Either way, we now have a guy up front who can finish his dinner every single time. I say every single time, most of the time. Been looking to respond. Bodvarsson to Mete. Bodvarsson again straight into the box, and it's a good tackle from Juan Foyt, well timed. And this is not the player that Reading want to see on the break. And is he going to have another pass? He is, for Iheanacho, who is onside and surely will now get his third goal of the game. Iheanacho, another left-footed finish. Is this guy left-footed? I need to check. I really should check my players more after I sign them. And there's the same celebration. I'm so non-creative with the celebrations these days. I need to get my game back up. But we're 3-0 up in 37 minutes. And it was another Lanez down the middle, straight to Iheanacho. Iheanacho's pace beating the entire defence. And in the back of the net with a fine finish. Now, I just want to check if he's left-footed. Do you look at that? He is left-footed. That's why he keeps taking these shots naturally with his left foot. Okay, it's in the brain now, I know. That is a horrendous free kick, and Joe Aribo wins it back. Gets the ball back from Diego Lanez, and he's looking to release Iheanacho, and that is another perfectly timed run from the boy. And surely his hat-trick in the first half. Kelechi Iheanacho with 3 goals, and there's a slightly different celebration to mix it up for you. But he makes some incredible runs, Iheanacho. He didn't quite show the form when we played with him against the last 2 teams in the last 2 episodes where we actually played the games. But today, he just seems to have turned it on. Look at this. Just a run, simple little finish past the keeper, and a hat-trick probably in the space of about 25-30 minutes there. And that's his 4th goal of the championship already. Lots of space here for Reading now. And Giamakis tried the pass, didn't come off. And now that is half-time. The score is 4-0. A hat-trick already for the boy Kelechi Iheanacho. And now we just need to basically hold on to this, which I don't think is going to be overly difficult in the second half. But we'll certainly try. There are the half-time scores for anybody who's interested. Wolves winning again. And who is behind? I think it's Brentford behind us. So we're currently losing to Norwich. So fair play, Norwich, for doing us a favour. Let's go. Here come Reading, looking to at least reduce this deficit here. Callum Harriott, it was a cross-come shot there, and Deboa had to punch it away from danger. Now they have a corner. Is anything going to come of this corner? Dangerous. Pass back to Mete. Oh, and it's a goal. And I seem to concede goals like that quite often, where like you just can't do anything about it, and then all of a sudden somebody has a one-touch absolute pile driver. And Eza Tulahi, isn't that a defender? Either way, he's pulled one back for Reading, so fair play. And we make a substitution as the young Chinese prospect for us, Chi Zhu, comes on for Calvin Stengs. Here come Reading again, down the left-hand side with Giamakis. Obita with the ball in, headed away. Come on! What is with this heading? I can't header the ball. You just automatically get beaten. That is a good header of the ball that was going up against him there, and he lost out. I pressed the button at the perfect time, and he just, look at this, cross comes in a second. You've got to be winning that all day long. All day long the Charlton player has to be winning that. Who was it? I don't even know. But he looked tall, so he should have won that. And all of a sudden this game looks back on again, and it's 4-2. Chi Zhu to Diego Lanez. Chi Zhu with the run. He's in the box now. He's onside. It's Chi Zhu with his first goal for the Addicts, I think. Not that I think he scored on the sim, but he hasn't scored before in a match. But there he goes, the number 16, Chi Zhu, always with his short, stocky figure and his shirt tucked in. And he does a nice bit of dribbling there. He's just released. And then look at that, finesse in the top left-hand corner. A little bit like Calvin Stengs' goal, to be honest with you. And straight away, we reply to the 2 Reading goals with our own. I mean, it's 5-2 now. High-scoring game, this one. And this will most likely be our last attack, as we maybe try and get a 6th goal here. It's going to be Joe Aribo to Kelechi Iheanacho. I need one more runner. And are we going to get the ball all the way up to Lanez, who shoots? It's going to be a save. And that surely now will be full-time in the Reading versus Charlton game here. And the score is Charlton 5, Reading 2. Although I actually read that the wrong way around, because it's actually at Reading's ground. Obviously, Iheanacho goes up and collects the match ball for his hat-trick heroics there in that game. 7 attempts, 3 goals. What a performance from the boy. Let's have a look now at the full match ratings for everybody. So Kelechi Iheanacho with a 10 out of 10, Diego Lainez and Joe Aribo with a 9.5, Chizu with an 8.1 off the bench, and the 2 centre-backs doing very well as Calvin Stengs with an 8.5 who came off as well. So beautiful, beautiful stuff there. I actually want to check who got the assists. The assists were from 3 from Lainez and 2 from Aribo. That's why they got such high ratings. Okay, so let's advance. So how did Stoke do? Stoke actually drew, which gets them off our tails a bit. How did Brentford do? Brentford lost, which is good results for us actually. All right, ladies and gents, thank you for joining me on today's episode of the Charlton Athletic Career Mode. Next time we will be starting things off with a game in the FA Cup at the Valley in the round of 16, I think, or actually round 5, sorry there, which I think is the round of 16, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, it's going to be against Norwich, who we've just played, but another game against them in the FA Cup. That's going to be very, very exciting. So make sure you leave a like on this one. Also subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. I'll see you next time, and sweet.